Antarctica. When you hear that name, you probably think of huge icy plains, giant icebergs, and amazing animals. It's a place of extremes, the coldest, windiest, and driest place on Earth. Its ice affects weather all over the world. The ice sheet, a giant block of frozen fresh water, is super important for keeping the oceans at the right level. If we want to understand how our planet's climate works, we need to understand Antarctica. Antarctica is beautiful but also dangerous. Huge glaciers cut through the land, and there are hidden valleys and mountains under all the ice. In the winter it's dark all the time, and in the summer the sun never sets. It's a land of big differences and amazing sights. Even though it's so harsh, animals live in Antarctica. Penguins waddle around, seals relax in the sun, and whales swim in the ocean. These animals have changed over time to survive in this tough place, showing us how strong life can be. Antarctica is important to everyone on Earth. Changes in its ice caused by climate change affect sea levels and weather all over the world. Antarctica is like a health check for our planet, and its future is connected to ours. Icebergs, giant pieces of ice that break off from glaciers, are everywhere in Antarctica's waters. These huge floating blocks of ice, some bigger than small countries, drift in the Southern Ocean, shaped by wind and waves. Their size shows us just how powerful nature is in this frozen place. When an iceberg breaks off, it's called calving, and it's a big deal. With a loud crack, a huge piece of ice falls into the sea. This iceberg, made of freshwater ice that's thousands of years old, starts its journey in the ocean. You only see a small part of an iceberg above the water. Most of it is hidden underwater, which can be dangerous for ships. Remember the Titanic? It hit an iceberg. That's how powerful these icy giants can be. As icebergs float, they slowly melt. This adds fresh water to the ocean, changing currents and affecting the animals that live there. Because of climate change, icebergs are melting faster, making sea levels rise. This shows how everything on Earth is connected. Antarctica seems like a tough place to live, but lots of animals call it home. Penguins, seals, whales, and seabirds have all figured out how to live in this challenging place. It's amazing how they've adapted. Penguins are probably the most famous Antarctic animals. They can't fly, but they're great swimmers. Their thick feathers keep them warm, and their bodies are perfect for swimming. Emperor penguins, the biggest penguins, even raise their babies on the ice during the coldest part of winter. Seals also live in Antarctica. Weddell seals can hold their breath for a long time and use their teeth to make breathing holes in the ice. Leopard seals are fast swimmers and fierce hunters, eating penguins and other seals. Whales come to Antarctica in the summer to eat tiny sea creatures called krill. You might see humpback whales jumping out of the water or hear their songs. Orcas, the top hunters of the ocean, also live there. Section 4. A changing landscape, human impact on Antarctica. Antarctica used to be a wild place, untouched by humans, but now we're affecting it. Climate change, caused by things people do, is melting the ice really fast. This makes sea levels rise, which is dangerous for people living near the coast. The warmer weather is making glaciers shrink, and big pieces of ice break off. When the ice melts, it raises sea levels and changes ocean currents, affecting the animals that live there. The Southern Ocean around Antarctica is becoming more acidic because it's absorbing pollution from the air. This is bad for tiny sea creatures called krill, which are important food for many animals. Pollution from far away also reaches Antarctica, making the environment dirty and harming animals. Plastic, chemicals, and other bad stuff have been found inside animals, showing how far our actions reach. More tourists and scientists are going to Antarctica. This is good for learning more about it, but it can also hurt the environment. We need to have rules and be careful so we don't damage this special place. Section 5. Exploring the unknown from past to present. People have always been fascinated by Antarctica. Explorers like Captain James Cook and brave adventurers like Roald Amundsen, Robert Falcon Scott and Ernest Shackleton traveled there long ago. These trips were difficult and dangerous, but they taught us a lot about Antarctica. Their stories of bravery and never giving up still inspire us today. Today, scientists from all over the world go to Antarctica to study its rocks, climate and animals. Modern research stations with cool technology help them make important discoveries about Earth and the universe. The history of exploring Antarctica shows how curious humans are and how much we want to learn about new places. As we continue to explore this icy place, we need to be careful and protect it for the future.